Okay, last Sunday, a kid we never heard of before, Wyndham Clark, won the US Open. And after he was through, he took questions from the press. Basically, one of the questions was, what do you do to keep your game in shape? I mean, he threw all his coaches away except for maybe his caddy, and he takes care of his swing himself, which is a breath of fresh air. But anyway, he said, what I try to do when I'm a little off kilter with my swing is bring it back to neutral. Bring it back to neutral. What in God's name did he mean by that? Well, I'm going to tell you when we come back. So stick around here at the Forgotten Golfer. Well, the truth is, when you're a professional golfer, you hit all kinds of shots. You hit cut shots, you hit hook shots, you hit high shots, you hit low shots. You name it, they hit it. And what he meant by getting everything back to neutral was basically taking all the shot making out of his swing, meaning try to swing the club as neutral as he can. Like when he's cutting the ball, he's taking the club to the left, and actually when he's hooking the ball, he's taking the club to the right. He says he gets to the extreme on those levels, and he has to bring it back to a swing where he's coming more or less right down the line and not putting as much left to right or right to left spin in the shot. Or maybe he's just pushing it or pulling them. You know, you can check your divots, you can check your alignments, make sure you want to bring it back to neutral. Make sure your line's square, not open, not closed. Put a club down or an alignment stick down right in front of you so you're right at your target. And don't try to come right down the line. Can't do it with a driver, but if you're hitting irons, check your divots. Make sure your divots aren't going left. Make sure they're not pointed to the right. And if they are, adjust your swing accordingly. Don't get in the habit of swinging one way unless it's pretty much neutral. I just played a couple days ago, and I think we all hit a fade off the tee for this particular course. One guy, that's all he did was hit fades. The other guy moved it around a lot. And the third guy, he could move it around a lot. He didn't choose to, but he hit high and low, and you name it. So we're just trying to take the extracurricular stuff out of the swing, get back to neutral, meaning just line up square, hit it square, and see what we got for a swing. And I think that's what he meant by getting back to neutral. Just like that. Just smooth them out. Getting back to neutral also implies getting a rhythm that's nice and consistent. Not a rushed rhythm. Not too slow of a takeaway. Right in the middle, neutral. Just take all the garbage out of your swing. That's what Wyndham Clark does to right himself if he wants to get himself back to neutral. And so should you. So the first thing I would do is check your alignment. Take a spot. Put it right there. Align yourself to that spot. Keep your aim, your feet, your hips, everything square. Don't try to kill it, even if it's a driver. Don't stand too far away, get into a bad habit. Keep it close, head up. Take all the kinks out of your swing and just give it a smoothie. And just do that till the ball's not got a tail on it, not got a hook on it, or slice. You're just hitting it right down the middle with a nice, easy tempo, and you will achieve hitting it neutral. Okay? Same thing with your irons. Do the same thing. Nice tempo, hit it straight. It might seem weird for some of you if you've been hitting a cut shot for a long time or a hook for a long time. Get that straight shot back in your game. If you're having trouble, pull out Mr. Wedge and start with your wedge and get neutral with your wedge. And the rest of the clubs will follow. I promise. All right. Till next time, hit them well. Okay, and watching this last couple of videos I've made, I've noticed that one of my bad habits is creeping back into my game, and that is I'm breaking down the back leg too much. I'm getting away with it because that's what'll happen, but it's creeping back into my game. I would really like to get rid of it. So we're gonna try to get rid of that bend in that back leg. Because what happens when you get a flaw in your swing, at first it's nothing, because you're very good at compensating for that flaw. Everybody's good at compensating hitting a golf ball. Your hands take over and everything, but really it'll get worse and worse and worse until you wake up one day and you go, what the heck happened to my golf swing? So this is what I'm working on. This is my bad habit. Now I hit that good, but even with it bent, I could put more juice into the swing, and that's what I got to get. I got to get my balance right. And it's sort of amazing that I do what I think was a pretty good video about how to do a pivot, and then I have trouble doing the pivot. You know, as a senior, we want to get as much turn out of the hips as possible without swaying off the ball. So that's what I'm working on. And that's boom. And even for me, as many years as I've played, it seems weird. But see, that was hit. You can get it. You got to fight it. You got to fight your worst habit.